I'm sorry, but you are not my kid. That is what the first woman who I approached told me. And I was somewhat devastated because I looked so much like her. The thing is, when you get onto these DNA matching websites and you're trying to find your biological family, there are some true angels on there. There are some people who dedicate hours of their day trying to find connections for people who they have never met before. And sometimes they get it right, but sometimes they get it wrong. And in my case, they got it wrong quite a few times. I once got connected to a family who immediately accepted me as the son of a man in their family who had died. And they came at me so hard with the love bomb, I think they really wanted to be true, that they actually drove me away. It felt like way too much, way too fast, and there was not enough evidence that would support that being my father. Then there was another woman that I was sent to who looked just like me. And I could have swore she was the one. I just knew she was. I sent pictures of her to people, and they were like, that's got to be your mother. I was able to call her husband up, and that was not her at all. But one day, one of these angels told me that if I was really serious about meeting my biological family, I needed to get onto all the sites. Something that up until that point, I was just a little bit too cheap to do. So I got onto 23andMe and I waited. I waited and I waited and I waited. Years passed by. And finally, somebody close to me popped up, a first cousin. That's huge. Anybody who's looking for their parents, you know, that is huge. So I connect with this first cousin, but we could not figure out where I fit in the family. So I decided to get on a plane from Orlando, Florida to Connecticut and go meet them. And here's something really crazy that really inspired me to get on that plane. She sent me pictures of people in her family and asked me if I thought I looked like them. And I'm looking through the pictures and I find this girl that I know. The girl happened to be my niece through the family that I had been previously married into when I was living in Connecticut. I know you might have to play this back. So anyways, I get on the plane to meet this family and they were very welcoming, but nobody knew who I was. So they took me to this elder's house, a matriarch in the family. And I'm standing in her house. She doesn't know who I am. I don't know who she is. She pulls out this huge book with all these names in it. And she says, tell me what you know. And I tell her, I have two brothers. One is 1 year older than me. The other is 5 or 6 years older than me. And my mother would have been this age when she gave birth to me. That is all that I know. And I was born in Orlando Hospital. That's all that I know. She thinks about it. And she says, there's one person who fits that description. But I'm going to tell you right now, we don't really have a close connection to that part of the family. So it might be that we really can't get any information for you, but I'm going to try. So she has her son call this woman. So her son calls the woman and asks her about this man who is standing in this house looking for his mother. And the woman says, I only have two sons, same ages, mind you, same ages, that would have fit with my brothers. She says, I only have these two sons, but I do know a woman who gave away two kids around that same time who was my best friend. That was the message that was relayed back to me. And when that message came back to me, I thought to myself, I got you.